Okay, so I am back, and now we're going to talk about skin analysis. So when you're analyzing the skin, what you're going to do is you have two steps. You're either going to cleanse twice, or you're going to use one cleanse with like a makeup remover or a surface remover, and then a skin cleanser. So you're going to cleanse and tone. Every skincare procedure you're doing is going to be cleanse and tone, cleanse and tone. Get in the habit. Get in the habit of practicing at home with yourself. Cleanse your skin, get everything off. Typically, one cleanse is fine, but if you're wearing makeup, you want to do a makeup remover first and then cleanse. You want to get all that debris off the skin, tone it, restore it back to its natural pH, and that way you're able to get a look at the skin and see what you're dealing with. So another thing too is when you're shining the light on, you don't want to shine the light right in the client's eye because that's going to be uncomfortable. You take 2 cotton rounds and you wet them with toner, soak them on the eye, or some have a special makeup remover you can do, and that will help to cleanse the eye area because you want to gently massage it. So after you get everything off, you want to cleanse the skin, gently use upward motions, and then you're going to apply cotton pads to the eyes that are dampened with a toner or astringent so you can look at their face and see what you're dealing with. Now typically you will see different things depending on the skin type, and you can have all kinds of skin types that you will deal with. There is oily, dry, normal, combination dry, combination oily, acne, and everything in between. So they give you a skin chart here, and I'm going to read over this, that way you're familiar with which one is which, and I'm going to repeat some stuff over again so it'll really sink in. Oily skin, and some signs of this skin type are going to be obvious large pores. You're going to see the pores going to be open. Conditions associated with this are open and closed comedones, clogged pores, shiny thick appearance, yellowish color, and an orange peel texture. So if you ever look at an orange peel, you'll see that an orange peel has like a rough texture. You can kind of feel the pores of an orange. That's how the skin's going to feel. It might even have like a nasty slick to it. Dry skin is going to have signs such as pores very small or not visible at all. Conditions with this skin type are the skin is going to be tight, poreless looking skin, maybe dehydrated with fine lines and wrinkles, dry and rough to the touch. Dry skin is also very different than aged skin. Dry skin and aged skin might both have that crepey appearance, but the secret is when you hydrate that dry skin, it'll revitalize, where aged skin does not. Normal is going to be even pore distribution throughout the skin, very soft, smooth surface, and a lack of wrinkles. And normal skin is actually very unusual. A majority of clients have combination skin. So this is a situation where normal is very hard to find naturally, which I thought was pretty cool. Typically, we want to make the skin normal, so we want to bring it back to sanity or normality. Combination dry skin, this is obvious pores down center of the face, pores not visible or becoming smaller toward the outer edge of the face. Some issues with combination dry is that you may have clogged pores in the nose, chin, and center of the forehead, dry, poreless toward the outside and edge of the face. Combination oily has a wider distribution of obvious or large pores down the center of the face extending to the outer cheeks. Pores become smaller toward the edge of the face. Some issues with this skin type are comedones, clogged pores, or obvious pores in the center of the face. Acne, which is actually a skin type, is going to have very large pores in all areas. Acne is considered a skin type because it's hereditary. You're going to have some problems with acne skin. You're going to have presence of numerous open and closed comedones, clogged pores, and red papules and pustules, pimples. So know that skin type is hereditary and cannot be permanently changed with treatments, although the skin may look considerably better after treatments. Skin conditions are characteristics associated with a particular skin type. So the first thing you should look for is a presence or absence of visual pores, follicles. The amount of sebum produced by the sebaceous glands determines the size of the pores, and it's hereditary. Obvious pores indicate oily skin areas, and lack of visible pores indicate dry areas. And it's really cool because under a microscope they look really huge or really small, and it's really satisfying to look at. So there's different types of skin, and the term alipidic means lack of lipids. It describes skin that does not produce enough sebum, indicated by the absence of visual pores. Alipidic skin is also known as dry skin. It becomes dehydrated because it does not produce enough sebum to prevent evaporation of cell moisture. Dehydration indicates a lack of moisture in the skin. Dehydrated skin may be flaky, dry looking with small fine lines and wrinkles. It may look like a piece of cellophane has been placed on top of it. Dry skin may also feel itchy or tight. Dehydration can occur on almost all skin types. The key to truly alipidic skin is the absence of visible pores. So typically what you want to do when skin is dry is you want to remoisturize it. So know that lipids, like our sebum's a lipid molecule. It's really hydrating your skin, and the future is to actually look at a way to synthesize your own sebum and make a line of skincare that is customized to your own skin and its specific needs. Know that as we age, we typically stop producing collagen and we don't produce as much lipids as we normally do. So as we get older, we can develop dry skin. On the flip side, you don't want too much of a good thing. If you have too much sebum, it'll solidify and dry and cause pores to become clogged. So oily skin that produces too much sebum will have large pores and the skin may appear shiny or greasy. Pores may be clogged from dead cells building up in the hair follicle, or may contain open comedomes, also known as blackheads, which are follicles impacted with solidified sebum and dead cell buildup. Closed comedomes are hair follicles impacted with solidified sebum and dead cell buildup that appear as small bumps just underneath the skin surface. The difference between open and closed comedomes is the size of the follicle opening, called the ostium. An open comedome has a large ostium and a closed comedome has a small one. You also want to know that when we're looking at comedomes, when you have a closed comedome whitehead, one of the things that can help is instead of doing manual extraction, add on the charge for a exfoliating treatment and do either a mandelic, salicylic acid treatment, or if you have the peels, you can actually mix them. Mix it, make a fusion peel, get the benefit of the mandelic acid, which is great for acne, and the salicylic acid, which is a little bit stronger, it's a BHA. Do that and process it, and the longer you process it, the better the peeling result. Some BHAs, like if you use a 30% salicylic acid, that will produce more of a peeling that's very similar to a Gessner peel. That's going to be able to go in there, cause the salicylic acid to dry out the inside of the pore. And then one of the best peels too is a Gessner's, because if a client is not taking any contraindicated medication, do a Gessner's. You'll get the benefit of the salicylic acid that will dry out the pimple inside and purge out any of the impurities. I don't know if this chapter says it on later, but know that your first facial is always going to be your worst. Your first will always be your worst, and because facials bring out impurities to the surface quicker, if you have gunk that's been hiding in your pores and has been there for a while, facial is going to bring it all out. So you always want to make sure that you plan for the worst. So if you're getting married, you don't want to go get a facial 2 days before you get married because you might have more breakouts. Breakouts might be normal. It's a normal part of the process. Some people get them, some don't. It happens when you bring everything out to the surface. And then once you're able to treat your skin, do the extraction, everything's fine. So the next type of skin is acne, and the presence of pimples in oily areas will indicate acne. Remember that it is hereditary. It's a disorder where the hair follicles become clogged, resulting in an infection of the follicle with redness and inflammation. Know that acne bacteria are anaerobic. Acne bacteria that are anaerobic mean that you cannot survive in the presence of oxygen. There are a obligate anaerobe, which means they must live without oxygen. Presence of oxygen kills them. That's why oxygenation facials are great, because you're infusing the skin with oxygen and you're killing that bacteria. Know that when follicles are blocked with solidified sebum and dead cell buildup, oxygen does not get to the bottom of the follicle, and the acne bacteria survive by breaking down sebum into fatty acids, which is their only food source. A blocked follicle is an ideal environment for acne bacteria. When acne bacteria flourish from lack of oxygen and they have access to food in the follicle, they multiply quickly, causing a break in the follicle wall. This rupture allows blood to come in the follicle, causing redness. Acne papules are red pimples that do not have a pus head. Pimples with a pus head are called pustules. Pus is a fluid inside the pustules, largely made up of dead white blood cells that are triggered to fight infection. The pus is the remnants of those blood cells that are trying to keep us safe by fighting that infection. And if you try everything on the acne, it's not working, it's unresponsive, refer them to a dermatologist. So typically, conditions of the skin are generally treatable. They are not hereditary, but they may be associated with a particular skin type. Know that dehydration is indicated by flaky areas of the skin that wrinkles easily on the surface. Very gently pinching the surface of dehydrated skin will result in the visible formation of many fine lines. This is an indication of dehydration. Dehydrated skin can be caused from lack of care, improper or over-drying skincare products, sun exposure, and other causes. Dehydrated skin is treated by using hydrators to help bind water to the skin surface. Know that another particular area of a skin concern is hyperpigmentation. Oh, and before I talk about hyperpigmentation, know that hydrators for oily skin are lighter weight. Proper hydration of the skin can result in smoother, softer looking skin. If you hydrate dry skin, you're gonna revive it. You're gonna make the client look a few years younger. Again, you don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. Say that you can try to get the best you can, and typically when you give them some steaming, plump up that skin, client will be incredibly impressed. Typically, if you forget to steam during a facial, the client will remember that. So always steam when in doubt. Clients love that feeling. When you're doing hydrators for oily skin, they're typically not going to be oil-based. They're going to be gel-based, water-based, or they're going to be focused on actually hydrating the skin without using an oily ingredient because you don't want to further clog those pores. You don't want something heavy to cake on, otherwise you're going to suffocate the pores, causing more of an issue. So hyperpigmentation, this is also called your liver spots. Liver spots have nothing to do with your liver. All that hyperpigmentation is your body produces too much melanin in that one area. So typically hyperpigmentation, that can be hereditary. You can also get it if you're not being smart and you're going to the tanning bed, sitting out in the sun, sunburning. All those things can cause a risk to hyperpigment. So know that a lot of them are caused by sun exposure or hormone imbalances. Women that are pregnant might get a pregnancy mask, which will be hyperpigmentation right here. Post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation can result from if you have a chemical peel gone wrong, you can cause that, or a laser treatment gone wrong. You want to treat hyperpigmentation with mild exfoliation and home care products that discourage pigmentation. Daily use of sunscreen and avoidance of sun exposure are very important for the skin type. Sensitive skin has a thin, red-pink look. Skin will turn red easily and is easily inflamed by some skincare products. You want to avoid strong fragrant products, strong cleansers, harsh exfoliants, and strong exfoliants when treating sensitive skin. Rosacea is a chronic hereditary disorder that can be indicated by constant or frequent facial blushing. Someone with rosacea, they might have, and in telltale signs like my mom, we don't know if she has rosacea, but when I do a chemical peel my mom, if I try to do the strong one on her, like my 70% glycolic acid, she'll freak. Even at the 30%, which a lot of people love, she doesn't like because it's just too sensitive to the feeling of the chemical. That's usually a telltale sign of sensitive skin. Know that a person with rosacea often has dilated capillaries, also known as telangiectasias, which is your dilated capillaries. These are distended or dilated surface blood vessels, and coperoles. Coporus, that's how you pronounce it. Coporus are going to be areas of the skin with distended capillaries and diffused redness. Rosacea is also considered a medical disorder and should be diagnosed by a dermatologist. You should treat a client who has rosacea with very gentle products and treatments, avoiding any treatments that releases heat or stimulates the skin because you can overstimulate and then they'll have a flare-up. Know that aging skin has loss of elasticity and the skin tends to sag in areas around the eyes and jawline. Wrinkles may be apparent in areas of normal facial expression. Treatments that hydrate and exfoliate improve the appearance of aging skin. Sun-damaged skin is skin that has become chronically and frequently exposed to the sun over the client's lifetime. Sun-damaged skin will have many types of hyperpigmentation, lots of wrinkled areas, including areas not in the normal facial expression, and sagging skin from damage to the elastic fibers. The skin looks older than it should for the age of the client, and it is often confused with aging skin. So, when you have aged skin, you want to use exfoliators. Chemical peels are going to be your friend. TCA peel is going to be your friend. Sun-damaged skin, you're going to want to focus on using a Power Clear peel if you're using Dermalogica, or if you're using salicylic acid. Jester's peel is really good for sun damage. Something that will go in there and break up that pigmentation, as well as a fusion peel. So when you're doing the fusion peel, you're combining all the acids in one, and that's going to help to get the benefits of every single acid, while also being in general one-size-fits-all product, if you can call it that. So now we are going to jump, I'm going to be really nice to you guys. We've talked about skin conditions, so what I'm going to do is give you a super early break because the next stuff is like science heavy, and I want to kind of get it all in one. We are going to jump into skincare products next. I'm going to give you an early 5-minute break. Take your early break, and when we get back, we will go into the types of products we're going to be using for our clients.